Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon, where I get to finally play South Africa. Kind of. You guys are thinking, what do you mean, kind of? Well, the games are short, the games I was able to get, um, but I feel I've been playing multiple games. Some I did well, some I did terribly. But the games have all been kind of short, so I selected from the games that I played the ones that more accurately reflected the power of South Africa, and I decided to showcase them here for you today. So, uh, yep, starting off in this game right here, I am alongside some random Islaya Man, 45. I'm against Viet Pelican and Pooger. And I'm a little late in getting this stuff up because I'm just trying to decide what all to do. It looks like he has decided to take over the Foxtrot and Golf, so I'm going to be taking over Charlie and Bravo. I'm moving all of my stuff here. I've got my Puma, and I've gotten several Oryxes being set up, where I have Buffalo 85s in one of them, and probably some SASF in the other. I also have a couple of Oryxes here. I'm pretty sure these are both Buffaloes. Oh no, these are both Buffaloes. We'll find out which Oryx has what unit as we get started. But as you can see, I have several helicopters in the deck. I will, of course, be showcasing the deck in a later video. I'll just want to show off what I have here at the start. And some more Oryxes here. So you're probably thinking, is it South Africa known for their wheels? Why do you have all these helicopters? Because these helicopters serve as kind of the start. Mainly, I'd like to get to a position, offload, area denying ability, forward position, and then have all the wheeled stuff quickly get to that position to quickly reinforce it before the enemy could figure out how to deal with the defenses here. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. That's what my deck is built around. It doesn't look like I have a lot of ground stuff. I'm still trying to figure out all that. I have a Rurikat 76 over here, as well as Ratel 60s. Now, I actually really like these because these Ratel 60s are mortars that carry infantry. And I also still trying to figure out what I want to put down the infantry down in the center. I had some Ratel 20s, which are autocannon APCs, which are actually pretty good. And it looks like I'm putting them over here. These, I have modified my deck since I played this game a bit. These actually have Strela 3s, I want to say. It's the medium one. It's a step down from the Stingers because these guys can come in the Ratel 20s. I was thinking I'll get these for the Ratel 20s, and the AA is decent enough that they'd be able to stop any helicopters if I spam enough of them. Didn't quite work out that way, so I decided to swap them out for actual Stingers. And it looks like I'm pretty set up in the start of this game. Looks like the enemy, my ally, has quite a sizable force. Leclerc, Marauders, Leopard 284. He's going pretty heavy over onto this left side. So that's it. So I'm putting a couple of Buffaloes in here to help guard Gulf. And then I'm going to try to flank around here. This is one thing I found. If you're South Africa, always try to figure out how to flank the enemy where they least expect it. Because you move so fast, you'll be able to take them out and, well, basically destroy them. I also started off with a Valkyrie rocket truck. So, and I'm starting to like rocket trucks more. That not so much that they can destroy stuff, but the fact that they'll stun and damage. And if you have your infantry run at the enemy while the missiles are actually landing on the enemy, if you know how long it takes for your infantry to move, by the time the rockets finish, all the enemies all stunned up as your infantry move up and start engaging them, and you have a massive advantage. So I'm a little bit slow on getting all of the rest of my stuff moving forward, but fortunately South Africa is fast. I had to detour my Puma. I forgot to send it out over there. As the Oryxes are quickly moving across, have a Gazelle cannon, which is seeing what the enemy is. I actually have a strategy to do with better scouting, but because he had the cannon, I felt I could get away with it as I drop off my Buffaloes here. And it looks like they've got a Sokol here, troop transport. So just need to keep an eye on that as my Buffaloes are all unloaded. My SAS F-90s are getting unloaded back here so that they can get their Stingers lined up and ready to go. Also have a couple of Buffaloes over here. The Buffalo 85s, I am very impressed by these troops. They're pretty they're pretty decent in fights, especially with the 15-man strengths. But the Milan F1, so good. Um, Definitely able to clear out APCs. This is an APC killer. Can take out all the APCs at their fire support range. The APCs that the enemy have don't feel safe on supporting the infantry, so the infantry are then alone. And you could just kill them pretty quickly. And I've got, of course, Bocop 90s with the 23 AP power. They do have a slower rate of fire, but such is life. Scott 2, so he's actually moving forward to try to take it out. Bocops are going to engage with their FTSs, firing these heavy-duty rockets. Here come the ATGMs, take them out, and since these are Buffalo and they are shock trained, they're actually pretty accurate for Milans. My Bocops are trying to hold off the enemy, and the SAF are trying to get position, and the Reptile 60s instantly start firing, dropping off the mortars to try to stun up the Strum Pioneers, which are trying to keep the napalm rockets from hitting. I'm backing up the Bocop 90s because they are taking quite a bit of a beating and they're being stunned up. The Buffaloes, as you can see, have basically suppressed the vehicles over here on the right side so that they can't actually come out. So it's only over here at the Scott 2As that they're able to actually do anything. And even then, one of them got revealed for a moment, and so the missiles were already starting to target them, forcing the Scott 2As back even further. Strum Pioneers are trying to move forward, but with the help of my Reptile 60s and the mortars, that's all being stunned up. And I'm firing with my Valkyrie. Is now hitting and actually looks like it killed something with the rocket pod, stunning up and basically telling the enemy that they want to cease their aggression into my sector. As this Drum Pioneer is caught out in the open, and the Bocop 90 is going to engage with their long-range light machine guns before they can get those napalm rockets in range. In addition, my ally is pushing over on the left-hand side. My Buffaloes helped lock down this area so no vehicles can really come and try to shoot here without the Buffaloes engaging. I also have Buffaloes trying to guard around here. They can't quite see the forest yet. SASF move forward and actually get caught out in the open, so I quickly move into the buildings to be hit. Sapri Strumworthy. These are actually pretty good. They've got our shock-trained napalm squad. Instantly move my SASF back because they're not going to win that at all. Oryx is moving up, and I think it's just kind of scouting out to see all that's trying to shoot back at the enemy, and the answer is quite a bit. If you don't know what the enemy has, just grab a helicopter that's not doing anything, throw it at the enemy, and it will give you all the detailed knowledge that you need. It might cost you a few points, like in this case 35, but it told me there's still a lot here, and what exactly it was. Over here, I'm making my push over on the right side with the flank. These guys went all the way around into this side due to the roads and how fast they are, and instantly took out a UAZ, which I don't think was actually capping the zone. So it may not have actually, but no, it should have been. So that was weird that it wasn't doing that. But anyways, this caught the enemy off guard. I've got a Rattel 76, which is pretty decent in terms of firepower, but it's going to be spotting for the Rattel 20s. It's going to be my first to try to kick any light stuff that I possibly can. And these Rattel 20s do have the Strela series in them. I do see, but I think I missed the MI-17s initially popping up with my Rocat 76 because I wasn't expecting them. I didn't realize them until they started firing at my troops right now. And I'm like, oh crap. Anyways, my Rocat 76 is moving up, trying to engage the enemy force. It does have a really slow fire rate, which was unfortunate. Strela 3s, yep, their Strela 3s are coming out, but they're all panicked, so these missiles are not going to work out or hit in any way, shape, or form. They're only 10 points, which is pretty good. That's why I was trying to get them with the Rattel 20s, but I have since decided that's not worth the trade-off. And so that force did indeed fail. In the meanwhile, they are pushing forward over here. My Bocop 90s are trying to hold the line, but they're being hammered a bit too much by this Moderna. And I have to go and retreat. Rattel 60s are moving up. It looks like they're actually mortaring the Picotas Mets in order to stun them up. SAS F90s are firing with their Vickers machine guns at the infantry that are advancing, but unfortunately that's not good for them because they're really here for the Stingers and the Appalachian RPG. SASF are trying to provide the distraction for the Picotas Mets for the Rattel 20s, and then the SASF with their Appalachian 20 rounds per minute are going to try to chase after the Moderna. They managed to shoot down, or at least scare off the Sapri Stromberzi as another rocket barrage is coming forward. I lost the SASF here. But I am basically holding the front line, which is not something you really want. My Strelus 3 is actually still alive and still firing with the last man, all panicked up. I thought this guy died a long time ago. Once I saw that the attack failed, I didn't pay any more attention to these guys again. But it looks like T-34, they're going to get rid of him, as he actually does manage to go and fire his last rocket. It misses, and the Mi-17s were loaded enough to fire their rockets at them, so that's funny. SASF managed to go and hit the Moderna, fire another rocket. I think that hit, but it's on 1 HP. There's Conquerors over here, but I'm trying to chase down the Moderna, see if I can kill it. Conquerors is going to be guarding against here. It's going to take out an AMC-10, but the vehicles can't approach, but the infantry definitely can. My Buffaloes are firing their Milans at some of the vehicles. Looks like they just lost line of sight at the last second, and the SASF fired their last Appalachian to take that out as the Moderna moved forward. So that's unfortunate, but my Buffalo did get the other Scott, so it's still providing its suppression capability. It's limiting the enemy's movement, so they have to be very careful where they move their troops. I am a little thin in the front, and I've noticed that happens a lot when you're on front lines. I've got Buffaloes here to provide a secondary line of defense, so I could have probably moved them up back to here. So it's something that I need to improve on. I haven't played the game in a while, so I need to definitely improve. Cargo truck's going to move up to resupply these two Bocop squads, but are each down to 1 man each. I drop in a Canberra, based on where the Moderna was last seen. I decided to put this in my deck due to the fact that it has 15 HP. And while it stuns up the Scots, it did help kill one of them with the help of the Milans by stunning them up, but I didn't kill the Moderna, which was my ultimate goal and prize. Another Scot dies to the Milan F3, as there is an Mi-24 that's going to take out a Marauder. They are a little weak, but we do have a Flak Panther Gepard A2 to take out that air. Looks like he's going to be engaging that, stunning it up immediately, and forcing the Mi-24W to retreat a little bit. He might not want to have turned it on until it went back a little further, but it actually just stayed in range enough for the Flak Panther Gepard to kill it. Looks like some Milan and Fallschirmjägers are going to be attacking the enemy force. I'm moving the Buffalo back, probably because I wanted to get a more line of sight on any vehicles. They're still 20, they're moving across. I love the sound of these autocannons. They sound like they're real rapid fire to unload a lot of rounds against the enemy. So they're actually fairly accurate too, with how fast the rate of fire they are. My Mattel 60s are getting reloaded with their mortars because they have been firing pretty non-stop. They also are capable of smoke, so having Rattel 60s, I've figured, lets me reduce the need of me actually having to put mortars in this deck. So I'm still going to be experimenting with different types of decks that the South Africa have. Seeing that he was trying to push Mr. Fallschirmjäger 90s, I wanted to stun up with some mortars and then also drop some more rocket barrage from the Valkyrie here. Rockets got a little close with the Fallschirmjäger 90s, got a little too close into that, but everything in here is definitely stunned up. And now you can see I'm also smoking up because I'm trying to move the Rattel 90s because I want to get my Bocop 90s forward. With the 23 AP power, I'm trying to move forward to engage the forest here. I'm moving these guys over from the right also because my prize that I'm after is the Moderna. And I think Puger was the one who was fighting me. I'm not entirely sure. Or it was the Viet Pelican. Either way, that was the game. I was mainly front line. I was constantly trying to engage the enemy. I actually have the most kills, the losses. And my Bocop 90s helped kill a lot of the stuff, as well as the Buffalo 85s and everything. The Valkyrie killed a few stuff. So, yeah, this is still a good front. I even did a little bit of a flank attack here. But what gives? This is a short game, right? If I tried to just say, all right, that's it, thanks for the video, I'm sure you guys would revolt. So let's just go and pull up another one, shall we? And here we go. 2 games, 1 video? Isn't that nice? So yeah, again, I'm going to be trying to do this kind of a similar tactic here at the start. I have my Oryxes out here positioned. Again, this is kind of the same map. I've got a Puma ready to go to capture some of these sectors, but I'm also going to take full advantage of how big this map is, and I am putting together a force here to flank. Rukat 76s and Rukat 105s. That basically just means the size of the gun. So these are 105 millimeter cannons. This is the 76 millimeter cannon. Their slow rate of fire is, I don't quite like how slow the rate of fire is, but they are fast, and that is one of the best things to do. I have a couple of Oliphants this time. There's more points to play with, as well as some Casper K cars with the Stingers. I decided the Casper K cars, even though they're 5 points less, they have less armor and a little less accuracy with the autocannon, they still do their purpose just fine, and I figured Stingers are kind of better in this situation. So they're all going to be going forward and try to, again, lock down the zone. Daniel Sieron, my new teammate, decided he's going to attack this area next, and I'm going to be attacking this area here in the right side. So he's getting all of his forces together. I think he's playing Norway. So that's definitely an off meta deck. As you can see, I've only put just enough so that I can keep the enemy from moving forward and overwhelm me, to give them pause, while allowing them enough, having less resistance for them to feel boldened to move up. Because as you can see, I've got a huge force right here. As they all turn, I've got these Rukat ZA-35s. They are radar-guided guns on wheeled transports. Bunch of Ratel 20s, Casper cars, Rukats, which are wheeled tanks, more anti-air, as well as the anti-air squad. This is going to be a huge flank force that's going to go around this way. They have a plane up in the air, just trying to see if I was going to be doing a heli rush. They did indeed see that I was doing that. So I'm trying to get my Oryxes over here, but it looks like they have actual helicopters, so I quickly need to land. And yeah, Mi-24D. I quickly unload my stuff so I can shoot that down with my Stingers here. Oryxes are landing, but unfortunately the rocket pods are doing quite a bit of damage to the Buffaloes. Mi-17s are going to be doing quite a bit of damage. My Stingers are trying to move up to try to hold them back. I'm just trying to move stuff up to shoot them back, try to hold back the enemy as much as I can. I even have the Ratel 60s kind of in the front, which is a little bit of an oops. I lost one of the Buffalo squads, I think. Kind of looks like it, but with all of my autocannons and with Oryx going forward, seeing that there's a bunch of stuff coming here, I need to move my Buffalo 85s into a position to try to hold back the enemy. Mortars are coming in, trying to kill the Conkers, which they did. Help out my Buffaloes, as my autocannons are trying to move forward. And then this is providing a steady line of defense. Buffaloes are firing, split, and is aiming at the UAZ, but lost sight just at the last second. Moskaya Picotas are here, as these guys are trying to hold them off. Ratel 60s are also going to be trying to fire mortars, but as you can see, they are kind of collapsing. I do have less forces than the enemy is, but they're also bringing a bomber as well. Try to destroy my front line. Actually bombed the thing that just died. The BMP 685s are the real problem here. I'm moving back my Buffalo 85s into this town. The Bocom 90s are going to try to go across here, as my Stingers are going to go into this town, perform a defensive layer against anything trying to move forward. And the two Oliphants are going to stick back here, try to provide support. Buffaloes fired at point-blank range, but they are panicked, so they did miss, and I immediately moved them back because it's going to take a while for the Milans to reload. They are starting to try to acquire some T-64Bs who have actually moved up, as my Oliphants are going to be engaging with their cannons. These actually have pretty good front armor and accuracy and damage, given that they're only 80 points, so I take that due to the lack of their side armor any day. BDB 90s are absolutely going to tear apart these Buffalo 85s, so they're definitely going to take me out. I did bring up a Buccaneer, but it didn't kill any of the T-64s, as this plane comes in and actually shoots it down, as Daniel's going to try to help. But here comes the advantage. I am still undetected, I'm pretty sure, and how fast it's moving. No one's expecting this at all, so this is going to be a huge hit that the enemy's going to throw at us. MiG-29S are going to go forward against the Bocop 90s that have tried to run forward. As you can see, they're not having a good time, as two squads did die out. I do feel that I'm weaker in the front line, so I need to figure out how best to hold the front line a bit better with my deck composition. But here comes the fact that I've revealed myself. And then Mi-24D looks like it was going to try to go over here, the scout, but got into the range of my radar AA, which I left on in case any helicopters come. Moving forward, and MI-18 is going to try to come back. Instantly, he's going to be opened up on. And put enough holes in it that it's going to die. And the good thing about these Rookats, they actually have a pretty good stabilizer. Only 5% less, so they're going to shoot at anything. Killed a CV here in Foxtrot that it saw. My Bocop 90 is going to keep the Toho here as my main force is continuing to move forward. The best way against the movable wall, go around it. MI-24 VP coming in as a panic buy, I'm pretty sure, by the enemy. He's going to be moving in for the Kokon. Instantly, he's going to be opening up with my radar wheeled vehicles. Got quickly into range and shot that down. MiG-29S with its 500 kilogram bomb is coming forward as splitting up by firepower of my Rookats as the Akulas are coming forward and trying to kill things. Moving forward quickly, trying to get into range. Going to start unloading my Caspier K cars with their Stingers, I'm pretty sure. Are pretty soon going to be unloading the Stingers. There we go. Going to fire their missiles. And the autocannons can shoot at any of the helicopters. Killed the CV, and now they have no more reinforcements to come in as my quick flank caught them completely off guard. And it does not matter what to do. I just save up points and I can start moving forward. I even have a couple of rhinos, which I don't think I actually forgot about. I didn't actually fire with them, which I should have. I need to get better at that. BMP-3s, 685s are going to try to move back, but the Buffalo is going to acquire one of them and take it out in the flank. So, like I said, these are actually pretty good. 17 AP power, 40% accuracy, well now 60%, given how they are shock trained. Going after that BMP, and manages to kill it. So those BMPs are not going to help out. Rurikat 105 took out the UAZ that was trying to come back into the defend. As I position all my stuff to defend this sector, I didn't actually bring a CV in here because I didn't know if this would actually work. So now I'm just moving up to try to test the enemy waters. I killed the tank. My Oliphant is on 1 HP, but I am bringing it back. Pathfinders are going to move up along with the Buffaloes and Stingers to try to move forward to Gulf so I can link up and squeeze the enemy forces. Daniel is, looks like he's going to be pushing forward a bit with his Fallschmiger and Geverman now that he knows that the enemy doesn't have any reinforcements to try to find the last CV into Bravo. A KA-29 is going to be trying to move back to save, but I do have enough Stingers and I'm spreading them all out that they should be able to save the enemy. And as another precaution, I am actually moving my Bocops. I actually didn't know these guys still were in the Caspier K cars, but I'm moving my infantry and my autocannons at the respawn point so that if they do capture it and try to bring stuff in, they'll be immediately ambushed upon to ensure that the enemy does not win. A little bit cheap, but they didn't cover their flank. They didn't even suspect that I could possibly go around and try to flank the enemy. And that is something you always have to do on this map, that they might try to come around and hit you. And the Glasgow Vermin is dead by Daniel, and we win with a whopping 2,003 kills to 704 losses in that game. A little bit cheap, I agree, but hey, it's a valuable, it's a strategy, and you should probably account for it, given that they were all lightly armored. If he had enough proper defense force there, or even, radar seed craft, you should be able to stop that. As you can see, Murikat ZA-35s did excellent work to shoot at all the helicopters that they panic bought to try to stop our forces, and it's a quick win for us. So anyways, those were just a couple of games. I hope to get a better one with South Africa, but it needs to become natural. I'll hope to get one that also I don't do quite as well. And basically, if you force me to fight on the front line where I can't flank the enemy where they are least expecting, I've noticed that the power level of this deck doesn't quite hold out. So anyways, that's it for this. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in future Wargame videos.